Welcome, Manchester United fans. Welcome to Dan United. And tonight is a very, very positive stream. And why, you may ask? I'll tell you why. Because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, it's happening. It's happening. But before that, as always, and then a hero comes along. Oh, God, doesn't it just warm your heart? I tell you what, look, let's jump straight into it. It's been a rough 48 hours for Manchester United and all involved. It's not been a rough 48 hours for Ruben Amorim because the guy's taken a lot of money to the bank and he's high-fiving news reporters. He's loving life. He's come to this club. He's played an absolutely horrific formation. And he sailed off into the sunset, and good luck to him. Maybe he can spend some more money on that hair transplant because it looked a bit thin towards the end of his tenure at Manchester United. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer offered his services because, I quote, he just wants to help Manchester United. And I've been calling this for about 2 or 3 weeks, people. By the way, I have been calling this for about 2 or 3 weeks. So go back to the previous shows. You will see that I have been quite consistent with this. The mess that we are in, Manchester United absolutely need Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs Manchester United. We had the initial worry that it was going to be Fletcher until the end of the season. That could never happen. Fletcher should not be. He shouldn't be Manchester United manager. He just shouldn't. And I don't think he'd want to with his two boys being in and around the first team. I think he would face a lot of criticism there. So it makes sense for us, right? Okay, it makes sense for us in the mess that we are in at the moment, to bring in a manager who has done this before for us, who has come in, picked us up from the dirt. And let's not forget, after Jose Mourinho, we were on the floor. Confidence was on the floor. And I think for this manager, this guy, this hero, this legend, knee slide, beautiful, 99, mwah, 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 for this guy to be willing to come back after the pelters he took as well. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I wasn't one of them, because towards the end, I was like, this isn't working. It isn't. But then when you hear the stories from him about the players and about the fact that Ronaldo signing, and you look at it and you go, it's that what-if moment, isn't it? Now, I'm going to say this straight away, and I'll come through the chat in a second, so please don't worry. I won't forget your messages. I'm going to say this right away, okay? Ruben Amorim didn't appreciate the youth. He didn't. He didn't have faith in the youth. We know that. Aidan Heaven was a signing. He didn't come from the academy. Chida Obi didn't come from the academy, but then he did have a couple of minutes chucked into obscurity. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has a lot of history with promoting the youth at Manchester United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has a lot of history in being the manager that gets into those players, arm around them, and tells them, look, you can absolutely improve. Apparently, he's already said he wants to improve players. He wants to improve the front line and show exactly what it is Manchester United can do. And do you know something? I watched Goldbridge today, as I sometimes do. I like to watch him and see what he's moaning about today. And this guy is going off. He's going off about everything. And I've got to be honest with you, I'm absolutely chill, because it's not about anymore. It's not about the Vivell. It's not about the Amorim. That is finished. We can moan about that for months, for years. We can. I tell you what we can do. I can go outside now. I can dig up a hole, put a bottle in there with the message in there, a time capsule, go back there and read it in 15 years. It's not going to give a matter of a damn. Nothing's going to change. We know that the ownership is an absolute mess. We know that the people behind the scenes absolutely haven't got a clue what they're doing. We know Sir Jim doesn't know what fucking day of the week it is. He's walking around going, is it Wednesday? No one likes the guy. We know he hasn't got a clue about ball. But what Manchester United need at this point is they need to do the right thing. And that's not what Chelsea have gone and done. Chelsea have gone and got Rafinha. Biggest mistake. Ridiculous mistake. That guy will not have the respect of the players at Chelsea. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will, because he has got the respect for what he's done at that club as a player. He has won it all at that club. And where we have the difference, where you've got the Gary Nevilles of the world. Gary Neville can suck a fat one. I can't be arsed with that guy anymore. Honestly, he brings nothing but criticism. Hey, I tell you what, though, now that Ole's in charge, he might be a bit more positive about United because it's his mate. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been there and done it. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will do what is right for the club. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not a selfish person. And yes, I will come through the comments in a minute because I can see straight away someone's put, did Ole get sacked because of the results or was it the Ronaldo thing? I'm going to say this right now. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will not bring Rashford back. Like, anyone who's thinking that Rashford, I've seen a couple of the aggregates saying, Rashford could come back to United. Hey now, don't dream it's over. Well, I can tell you it is over. That ain't happening. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to come into this team. He is going to change the way Manchester United play football. He is going to change the way that we set up. There's going to be none of this nonsensical back three with two midfielders that get overrun week after week. I don't see a world where this doesn't get someone excited. Like, I just don't. I watched Sam from United People's TV today, and I echoed everything that he said. This is about Manchester United trying to get that good feeling back in and around the squad, back in and around the club. Now, Manchester United cannot do this. Manchester United cannot offer this guy to come back and then say, here's a year extension if you do well. I don't care if Manchester United win the FA Cup with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and finish in Champions League. He will have done his job. We will thank him and we will wave him off and we will say, Ollie, you got the goodbye that you deserved. He never got the goodbye he deserved with United. Well, now if he comes, if it happens, he will have the chance to right that wrong. He will have a chance to go out onto the pitch and wave the fans and give and receive the adoration that he deserves. Manchester United now, with this man in charge, if it happens, with Fletcher maybe as assistant manager, whatever, Manchester United will now have the time to go out there and do their due diligence. Go out there and look at the manager market. Go out there and say, do you know something? Ollie's doing what he's doing. We can concentrate now on sorting out who's coming in next. And that might look like a Glasner people. That might look like an Iriola people. That might look like a Marco Silva. That might look like number 15, bloke from number 15, Steve. It might look like him. We don't know. But we need to now allow the club to do that from the background, okay? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will come back in. I think it's pretty much, it shows the character he is. I don't think we'll buy the players. I said out of spite United might bring players in, but Ole will probably be telling them, look, I've got players in that squad that can absolutely do the business. We've got, obviously, Ahmad, who scored again tonight, to come back. We've got Brian to come back. We've got Mazraoui to come back. We've got Mainu that will come back into the fold, yeah? We've got Bruno that will be playing in a role that actually suits him. We're going to have a team when they're all back and fighting fit. De Ligt, Maguire, we're going to have a team that play in their correct positions and, more importantly, will probably look like a team. Let me go through the comments. And by the way, smash a like for the return of Ollie, for the return of... Oh, God. Honestly, isn't it funny that Ollie's name backwards is hello? I'm so fucking happy. I'm buzzing tonight. Honestly, me and Mrs. Robinson were just finishing our stew and I was eating it and I was caressing it because it was a fucking lovely stew. And then I looked at the phone and I went, oh, dearie me. And, you know, I could feel it and I was like, and in my head it was like... And I was buzzing. I jumped upstairs, went and spoke on Loaded Mag. They tried to give me pelters. It didn't work. Moxie, good to see you. He says, evening, Dan. Maybe not in later. I'm not against Ollie back and maybe a couple of his old teammates, possibly Carrick Rood as assistant to keep Fletcher as coach. United till I die. That's what I want to see. Anthony says, evening, all evening, Dan. Kev's not very well tonight, bless him. Whatever the case may be, Ollie is soon to be at the wheel. I can't make the stream, but I'll watch it back when you can. Well, Anthony, if you're watching back, mwah, to you, my friend. Wahaha, good to see you. He says, footy with an edge. I'm really starting to hate that chat. Yeah, I'll be honest. I watched a couple of videos. Kev got me onto it. I was like, this guy's okay. Now I'm like, yeah, shut the front door, mate. And good evening, chat, and good evening, Dan. Ben, good to see you, my friend. I hope you are doing okay, mate. Chappie says, evening, Dan, a.k.a. Derek and everyone. Jamie says, evening, Dan. You okay? I'm excited to have Ollie back and find. By the way, great comment. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to be perfect if he comes. If he comes, I'm not counting my chickens yet. If he comes, he will be perfect for Kobe Mainu. That man will be perfect for Kobe Mainu, by the way. A bit thin, like Scotty's in gold member. Evening, Dan. Solskjaer and Carrick or Fletcher as coaching staff, then maybe Tuchel or Unai Emery in the summer. Unai Emery ain't coming, Dan. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. Unai Emery won't leave Villa. He won't, and it would be my choice too if we could get him, but that's not happening. Wahaha says I'd have Carrick, but not at all unhappy with Ollie. Jesus Christ. So, it's not a full moon. Wahaha's being positive. Hang on a minute. Let me just... Bloody hell. Good evening, all. I'm in a better mood tonight. Good to have you back, Carl. Good to have you back. And Jamie, I've answered that one. What is the long-term plan, says Ferdinand? We will go into that in a second. Liam Scribbins says we need Hansi Flick. Very doubtful he'll leave Barcelona, but would love him at United. Yeah, we missed the boat on that. We should have got him years ago. Evening, Steve-O. Good to see you. Nath, brah. He says, I'd take Ollie back any day. Me too. Could Ollie become manager and Carrick as assistant on coaching staff? Long term, absolutely not. But short term, yeah, why not? Hansi Flick, why? We have nowhere near a good enough squad to play his highline bullshit. And with Fletcher, 2 all until the end of the season only. I agree. Ben says, sorry, Dan, don't understand how you're buzzing about Ollie returning. Sentimental, but football-wise, it's ridiculous. I've not lagged. I just don't agree with that. I don't agree with that, Ben. This guy got us third and second. And then also the season. Who did I watch the other day? And they were correct. They were like, they got rid of Ollie in the middle of a poor run. We were 7th when he left. I think it's gone from bad to worse since he left. Just my opinion. Dan says, has it been confirmed? I am literally refreshing this stream as quick as I can. But nothing's been. It's mainly Fabrizio saying Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the leading candidate for the interim job at United. He told the club, forget about the contract, forget about the money. I just want to help the club. That is the sort of manager you want, I'm telling you. I doubt Ole would be I love this comment, by the way. I love this comment. Wahaha. You beautiful man. I love that. Ole was far better as caretaker manager, went downhill as full-time manager. Chappie, didn't know. We finished 3rd and 2nd under him. Towards the end, the thing I didn't like was the fact that he kept playing McTominay and Fred. But I think he overachieved at United. I genuinely do. Yes, Steve Matthews. I can't sing the song to you that we sing to each other because I would be cancelled. But Steve and Tina, I hope you're doing very well. Good to see you on the channel. And I hope you've subscribed, by the way. Let's not mention the crap Rio was set. Yeah, well, Rio Ferdinand was on about giving Fletcher the job if he did well. So Conte would never come, Yoko. I think Conte's done with the Premier League. And people are saying McKenna is the brains behind the Ollie tenure. It's a bit harsh. Look, there are flaws to this Ollie appointment. There are flaws because McKenna did do a lot. McKenna and Carrick were a big part of the coaching at Manchester United with Ollie. So there are flaws, but can it get any fucking worse? Ten Hag is at FC20. I think Ben's just confirmed that. And yeah, there we go. So guys, look, I'm going to put the poll. We haven't had a poll. Let's do a poll. Let us do a poll. Would we be happy with Ollie? Would we be happy with Ollie? Simple yes or no. Simple. Oui. No. Oui. No. Oui. No. Get the votes in straight away. Got 100% there. Good to see you, Z. I hope you are, mate. He says, Dan, they're reporting if Ollie comes in and does well, he's going to want to stay on. This is madness. He won't want to stay on. Look, this is something that Manchester United need to get correct. And I agree. I do agree with what Z's saying here. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should absolutely come back. He should come back and be given that exit. He should come back. Imagine if he does the unthinkable. Imagine if he turns this team around. Imagine if he turns this team into a 4-2-3-1 that can go out there and play expressive football, that we can dominate down the wings. Imagine if he does that, wins us a trophy maybe. I think it might be too soon for trophy because we've got Brighton, but gets us Champions League and turns around and says to the fans, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I did it for you. That would be the dream, but I don't want him full time, and I want to make that so clear to you all. I want to make that as clear as possible. When Mrs. Robinson makes it clear to me that I am not going uptown with Mr. Matthews tonight, that I am not going to go for a couple for our mate's birthday, I want to make it absolutely clear here that I do not want this manager full-time. It can't happen. It can't happen. But for now, I think it's the right thing to do. Carrick and McKenna did all the coaching for Ollie, just picked McFred week in, week out. Ben, Wolfie's 1-0 down. That's hilarious. Ben, I don't know. I mean, who would? Okay, Ben, who would you take? Who would you rather come in for interim at the moment? Who would you rather? Let me know that. Let me know that. And Nave says, I'll say it again. Ollie apologised to the fans on the pitch for finishing second. Now we think top 8 is success this season. Ollie has the club in his heart and always will. And also, I want to share a picture with you. Let me share a picture of you. Yeah. Let me share this picture. Let me share it for you. I'm gonna turn back time. Right, let me just save this. I'm going to save it and I'm going to add it, yeah? Because that's what we do. We save and add, yeah? Save, add. What's it make together? Sad. Image file, okay? This was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer leaving the club. That was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer leaving the club, okay? Look at him. He's upset. Look at him. He's crying. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, it's... Now, let me show you this. Let me show you this. Let me show you this. Hang on. Let me find it. Let me find it. Hang on a minute. I don't want to put that on because I don't know if it might be... I don't want to put that picture on because it's got foreign language and it might be disrespectful. So hang on 2 seconds. It's the motherfucking OLE. Ole! Right, here we go. That was Ollie after being sacked. This was the great hope. The man that we were meant to put our faith in. The man that was going to change the way things were done at Manchester United. The man who was willing to take on everyone and be expressive with football and show us that we don't know what's hit us yet. This was the man that left us. Does that look like a fucking man to you that is devastated that he left Manchester United? No, it does not. That's a guy in his shades going... Hey, 15 million. Hey, I've just called out the board. I'm a hero. That manager will never manage a top club again. That manager will end up in Saudi Arabia or back in fucking Portugal. Give me Ollie over that any fucking day of the week and twice on a Sunday. If anyone says no, then they need to go. Yeah, I agree with this, Dan. I absolutely agree with this, Dan. And yes, as Wahaha said, by the way, BT Dubs. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying the show, folks, because it does help the channel out a lot. It helps it out a lot. I'm buzzing tonight, guys. I'm literally buzzing. We don't learn from our mistakes. You're right, because we keep employing managers that we think are going to turn the tide and be expressive and take us to the next level, and then we end up with Ten Hag fucking off after misery. We end up with Amorim, and I'll bring it back up. We end up with Amorim. Hey, 15 million. Honestly, I'm convinced Mark Goldbridge is best mates with him. You listen to him going, I won't have this. Fuck off. Haven't put this on for a while. Carl says, one thing I was always grateful for Amorim giving me was a Martinez in midfield just to see that. That was, do you know something? That was literally, I mean, I think that's the best moment of Amorim's time at United because I was there. I was there when in fact, I might get the T-shirt done saying I was there when Martinez played CDM. Did a good job, by the way. I love Ollie. He's a legend of the football club, but I'm not here for it. Sorry. And Z, that's absolutely fine. But again, give me who you would bring in as interim until because Manchester United. Let's be real a second. Let's be real, right? And I'll come to the comments. I'm going to put a star so I don't miss all of this. Okay. Let's be real for a second. There is no manager out there at the moment. There's no manager out there, really, that would join us mid-season. There isn't. There just isn't. Glasner, maybe, if you offered him a load of money to come now, but Glasner's been twerking for the end of the season. He won't leave Palace until the end of the season. Iraola, I would love him to come. He is my pick. I want Iraola yesterday, but he ain't going to leave midway through the season. He's got too much respect for Bournemouth. People are talking about Luis Enrique. Is Enrique going to leave PSG mid-season? No, he isn't. Some people have said Emery. Is Emery going to leave Villa, who are at the moment third in the table? No, he isn't. All of these clubs, all these managers that we want, they ain't coming to us now. So at this point in time, we need to try and employ someone that can get us there to the end of the season. And I think Ollie's the right one. Johnny actually hits nail on head here. Very interesting that we sack Amorim and Luis Enrique refuses to sign a contract to PSG because he wants a new challenge. It'd be incredible if we got in, by the way. You just want another chance to fix that bottle job of meeting. Yeah, I absolutely do. Absolutely do. If you don't know that story, maybe I'll say it if he gets announced. Should be Carrick until the end of the season. Well, Carrick was in the coaching staff that Ollie was part of. Carrick was just a bigger reason for McFred playing as Ollie was, Ben. So come on now. Let's continue. Like no more coaches. No more coaches. Looks like Mr. Bean. I'm assuming you mean him. Honestly, as soon as I saw this picture, I'm sorry I keep talking about it, but as soon as I saw this picture, right, I was like, you sandbagging lower than the rattlesnake's stomach, son of a gun. He wanted, do you know something? When you look at it, I implore you all after this stream, please don't leave now because I don't want to be on my own, to go back and just look at a few of his press conferences. That man has been begging for weeks. He's been begging for weeks for the payoff. He has been begging and begging and begging and begging and begging. And he got his reward. He got his 15 million. Honestly, I've lost all respect for the twat. Blowy says, good evening, everyone. Sorry I'm late. You're not late, Blowy. You are here bang on time. And Parv says, hi, Dan. I think the management is getting shit day by day now. They are going to be training and players and asking players which don't buy into this. By the way, there was a report coming out today that apparently Manchester United players have got a say in who we go and get. Don't buy into that. That's utter nonsense. That was Indy Kyler, who Indy Kyler gets Chappie. I'll come to that comment in a minute. Indy Kyler gets some things right, some things wrong. That he got absolutely wrong. Good to see you, my friend. I'm going to try and say your name. I'm going to go with Rajat. I hope you're well, mate. Done with this crap manager cycle, aren't we all? Amorim probably earned more than he's ever earned before his settlement. He can enjoy life at the beach now. Yep, life's a beach. Enrique rejecting a big PSG contract. Would you take it? Of course you'd take Enrique. And do you know something? The reason I would take Enrique, let's level this out. Enrique plays very good football. Very good football. Won Champions League with PSG, and I thought the football they played last season was incredible. Do you know what he doesn't like? He doesn't like egos. He hasn't got time for egos. Messi gone. Messi doesn't have an ego, but Messi was gone. He knew that Messi's time was done there. Mbappe, you can't really say because he was he wanted to go to Real Madrid, but Neymar, gone. Donnarumma, yeah, gone. He does not like these egos. What he wants is a group of players that will fight for this badge, for the badge that is on their chest, yeah? He is the classic case of a manager who says it like this. The name on the front of the shirt matters more than the name on the back. Enrique would be incredible, but I don't think we get him. If Mrs. Robinson dumped you, would you go back to a previous girlfriend? Absolutely not. I'm joking. Of course I wouldn't. Isn't bringing Xerxes off at half-time peak Amorim because you attack with less attackers? And in fact, this is the other thing with Ollie. Good point, Wahaha. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is of the belief if you are losing 1-0, fucking go for it. What's the difference in losing 2-0? There's no difference. You may as well go for it and see if you can get something at the end. Something at the end there. Dan, if your boss at work got you in to do something your way that you're very good at and then didn't give you stationery or a computer to do it and fucked you over, you'd be smiling after a payoff too. Let's get him on the blower. Let's get Cal Watkins on the blower. Let's get him on the... I better not because I have got meetings with tomorrow. Do you know something, though? I'll tell you what I'd do. If he took away my stationery and my computer. I'd adapt. I would adapt. let's not forget that Ruben Amorim, okay? Let's not forget that Ruben Amorim would not adapt, okay? He wouldn't. If he was an animal in the wild, he would be slaughtered because he wouldn't be able to adapt and overcome. This guy, look, United used the wrong reasons for sacking him. They chickened out. They didn't have the balls to say he's called us out. We're not having that. But that guy should have gone months ago. That guy should have gone months ago. And let me. I love you, Ben, by the way. You know that. I've got massive love for Ben. I've got massive love for Ben. He's one of the OGs. He's one of the OGs. Let me just bring this up a second. Let me bring it up. Hang on a minute. I'll find it. I'm gonna find it. Perfect. Well, in fact, no, I don't like this screen. That's a bit. Hang on a second. Wait. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, and it wouldn't be very fair. But I tell you, in fact, this is great. We'll do this. We'll save this. Thanks to the person, the group that I'm going to take this off. I'm going to share this to the screen for you people. Let me share it away. Share. Here we go. Boom. Oh, it won't let me do it because it's a web picture. Can I? Hang on a minute. I will get this on the screen, guys. Don't you worry about that. Here we go. I'll just share the screen. I'm not asked. I don't care. I'm in a good mood. I don't care. Let me just cancel that and let me share the screen. I don't care. I'm not scared. Here we go. Let's get rid of this. Here we go. That is absolutely appalling. That's a bit old, to be fair. That's appalling. That is absolutely appalling. Even at that time, he was absolutely on the floor. Whereas look at this man here. I don't know if you can see my mouse. Can I click and it'll bring... There we go. 109 games, 56 wins, 29 draws, 24 losses. 1.81. He had one of the highest points per game records at Manchester United. And let's not forget, he took over from Jose, who left that team in an absolute mess. I ain't scared to say it. Football's 12th man said it so well last night and tonight as well. There is this idea, there's this hipster view that these young managers who are brought in from overseas with this ideology that I'm going to play this way of football. I'm going to make a name for myself because this is the way it should be played. These are my beliefs. So many of them come and it fails and it falls flat in their face. They fall on their face. Mud is all over their face. They're on the floor. This hasn't worked. Ruben Amorim hasn't worked. The only thing Ruben Amorim's done is got himself to Turkey to sort out the mop. That's all that's worked for him. Mountains are there to be climbed, aren't they? Babyface. Oh, I fucking love that, Subra. People in the chat, Footy with an Edge telling me Wolves' result wasn't on Amorim because, that says everything, doesn't it? I saw Amorim in town today. Do you have any messages you want me to pass on? Yeah, I do. I do, actually. I want you to walk up to him with some deodorant. Funnily enough, I've got some here. I want you to walk up to him and I want you to do in your best Jamie Tart voice, you poopy. Oh, you poopy. That's what I want you to do. Absolutely poopy. Yes, Ten Hag is a sporting director at FC20. Would probably take Ruud van Nistelrooy then take Ollie back, says Rajat. There's no problem with that. No problem with that. Blowy, do you know something? I'm in a good mood. Who wants to be a mod tonight? Do you know what? I'm in a good mood. Who wants to be a mod? If you're not already a mod, put a comment in. Mod. That's all I want you to do. Not mid. Mod. There you go, Blowy. Because I'm in a good mood. I need to put you in a timeout then. There you go. Blowy, you deserve it, pal. You deserve it. I don't know if it's done it, actually, because I can't see that. Here we go. Moderator. Standard moderator. There you go. Congratulations. You're a mod. Well done, mate. Well done. You deserve it. Would you take Marco Silva? I'd take Marco Silva. I love Marco Silva. Good evening, Akko. Good evening. We have awoken from the nightmare that is Amorim. We have awoken from this guy. Here comes the money. We've awoken. People like Amorim get a one-way trip to quack it out. Letting Rude so early was criminal to this club. Bad management. Yeah, Rude did all right, didn't he? Steve says, what do you think of Fletcher's first line? It looks like we're going to do that in a second. We're going to do that in a second, Steve. I want everybody to help with that because I thought he come across very. I agree, Steve. He was very good in his presser today. They won't get Enrique because he'll want control. And this, I agree, Ben. Ben, I absolutely agree with that. By the way. I absolutely agree with that, by the way. Manchester United aren't going to have someone that's going to come in and call shit out. That's why my worry is that you go and get a McKenna. Remember one of Amorim's first interviews, he said, no matter what, I'll be fine. I think what he meant was I'm getting a payday. Agree. How many SEG players do you think will go to... Hopefully all of them. I keep seeing a lot of people saying a lot of players are annoyed at getting rid of Bruno. If Bruno's annoyed, if Bruno is annoyed at Amorim going, then he can go to Saudi Arabia with him. It doesn't matter. It's funny how people still think Amorim didn't get what he wanted. How much money did the club give him after the worst performance ever? I agree. But he raised win percentage respectable 31. He is statistically the worst manager to coach. Agree. Johnny, I tell you, mate, look, this is what happens when you catch the D-Rizzle in a great mood. This is what happens, okay? This is what happens. Johnny, and you know something? Long time coming because you do come up with some very good opinions, and it's not letting me doing it though. I tell you what, it must know something I done about you, mate. Hang on. There you go. You're a mod. You're a mod. I like the power. Hopefully, Bruno plays. Bruno will be in his favoured 10 role. Let's be honest. Bruno will play there. He will. Absolutely. Let's look. I fucking love Ollie, man. Fucking love. This is where I go onto Twitter now and it says, Fletcher announced until the end of the season. By the way, Diallo's got a goal and an assist tonight. That kid is banging form for coming back to United. Right. Foot mob. Let's have a look. Squad builder. Right. It's that time, guys. We've got a big game against Burnley coming up. Let me share the screen. We're going to do this together. We're going to do this together because that's what we do. Share this tab instead. One thing I can tell you all. One thing I can tell you all. Against Burnley, we ain't seeing this formation, yeah? We ain't seeing this formation. I'm telling you now, that ain't happening. I tell you what we're going to see. We are going to see this formation. Let me clear that team up. Okay, so based on players that are fit, and we'll go through that as well in a second, but first person, Le Mans. Who are we going right back, people? Put your comments in below. I'm going to bring something up whilst you do that. Who are we going right back? Who are we going right back? Right. So, apparently, Bruno and Mount are back. He's no finished. He's no finished. Surely not. Apparently. So Bruno and Mount are back. I don't think Bruno starts, by the way, because it just you've got to ease him back in. Mainu at Brighton. Maybe. So let's have a look. So everyone's going Dallo. Everyone's going Dallo. Sorry, I was lost in that there. So Dallo, I agree. It will be Dallo there. Diogo Dallo. Right then, centre backs. Centre backs. The first one, I don't think we even need to talk about this. And by the way, apparently Lisandro Martinez squared up to Amorim a couple of months. Was it a month ago? because he wasn't getting minutes. Who are we going with the centre-backs, people? And smash a like, by the way. Make sure you're smashing the like. Who are we going for the centre-backs? Wahaha says Heaven and Martinez. Dan says Yoro and Martinez. Carl says Martinez and Heaven. Oh, Heaven. He's gone Heaven. I can't see a reason why it wouldn't be. I can't see a reason why. Is everybody happy with Heaven at the back? Ollie, you're all that I want. With my club on the ground. Finding it hard to believe we'll play Heaven. I'm buzzing tonight, people. Butcher and Yoro, says Jamie. Leacher, left-sided centre-back. Yoro as right-sided centre-back. Fantastic. Paul says, Heaven, good to see you, Paul. Paul, hope you're well. Martinez and Yoro, probably just because most managers don't go for two left-footed, potentially. Leacher and Yoro, says Subra. Left back, I think we all know left back, so I don't even need to... Oh, I've put fucking Lemmy there. That's too much excitement, that is. Luke Shaw left back. We don't even need to go over that one. But yes, welcome, Richard Bino. Oh God, I'm sorry if I get this wrong. I think your name's Richard. If it's not, I can only apologise. Is Delita Harry back fit? Would prefer either of them ahead of Heaven? Apparently not, Ben. Apparently not. Apparently it's come too soon for them. I think it's come too soon for them. To be fair, despite some dodgy moments, Heaven has been performing better than Yoro. I agree with that. Carl says Dorgu for energy and pressing. I don't want Dorgu anywhere near the defence, dude. Steve says Yoro. Okay. I'll tell you what. Let me just have a look. By the way, 73% of you, 73% of you are happy with Ollie. I'm ending that poll. That is fantastic. 1, 2. So we got Yoro. A lot of you are going Heaven. Oh, Jamie's gone Yoro. Rajat's gone. I think. Do you know what? I think it's split even. 7, I think, isn't it? Is it 6 or 7, Steve? Who did Luke Shaw have? So he didn't come under, that's wrong. He arrived under Van Gaal. So he's had Van Gaal, he's had Jose, Ollie, Ranić, Ten Hag, Amorim. So he's 6, isn't it? I think. Fresh start in a 4, maybe he would play better, says Carl. Maybe. I think. Look, I'm gonna take that. That's the 4. Now, with the players that are available, with the players that are fit, who's your midfield 2 going to be, people? Who's your midfield 2 going to be? I don't think it's Shaw that sacked him. I don't think it's Shaw's fault that Amorim's gone. I think Shaw's been okay this season. I think he's been okay. Who are we going with our 2 midfielders then, people? Who are we going with our 2 midfielders? I think one... I mean, let's be honest here, by the way. The midfield are going to be absolutely knackered. A lot of these players are going to be knackered because they only played on Sunday. And this guy, I'll come back, this guy made them play 90 minutes. Fucking this guy, man. This guy, unbelievable. Let me bring that back up. Casemiro, Ugarte, Mainu and Casemiro. I don't think Mainu's back. Fletcher twins, of course. I hope to God. I think Fletcher might pick Casemiro and partner in with one of his sons, says Johnny. Bruno and Mainu. I think Mainu's injured. Casemiro and Ugarte. Look, Casemiro's definitely one, isn't he? Let me bring Cassie in. Let me bring Uncle Casemiro in. Casemiro won't finish the game though, people. He'll be absolutely knackered. So Ollie's new McFred will be Casemiro. I love that, Ben, by the way. I'm starring that, mate. That's a great one. A lot of people saying, mate, Carl, come on now. I personally think it will be Ugarte as well. So we got 1, 2, 3. Anybody else? Steve-O, what are you saying if you're still watching? What are you and Tina saying? And by the way, shout out to Dev as well. Big shout out to Dev. My man Dev. Man like Dev. Man like Big Dev. With Mainu injured, I think it has to be Ugarte. Obviously, if there's more votes, then we can change it. But with Mainu injured, I think it will be Ugarte. Jack Fletcher I don't think Jack Fletcher will. Carrick player manager and put him in the 6. Kone's off on loan somewhere. I think Rajat. I think he's off to that Swiss club, isn't he? Promote youth. Apparently, I saw some reports today that JJ Gabriel might be in the squad for the FA Cup against Brighton. That would be monumental. If he made an appearance, he'd be the youngest player ever to play for Manchester United. Shoot, I don't like Agate, but who else is there? I agree with that. Casemiro, if fit, says Steve-O. Butcher and Casemiro. During the FA Cup, I agree with this. Richard, is it Richard? Or is I'm sorry if I'm getting your name wrong. Has to be Agate. I think we're pretty much set on that. Right then. Who are we going right wing? Who are we going right wing? Johnny says, I've told him not to play. Mate, I'll pick you over Agate any day. I'll pick you. Right wing. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think after his performance first half against Newcastle in this position, I would be okay with Dorgu playing there. We've got to remember Mount's going to be having minutes managed back. We're all saying Mount. Look, I'll go with the majority here, but I would. By the way, this comment here, Liam, I would absolutely love Shea Lacey to play in that position. I just don't think they'll pick him. But I think he will get more. Shea Lacey will get more minutes. Shea Lacey will get more opportunities. I'm telling you that now. And I am telling you, Shea Lacey. He's the best. I was going to say best kid I've ever known, but let's not do that. Give Dorgu a shot. Why not? Maybe he's getting his mojo back. Mount for as long as he can, and then be replaced. Guys, you've all said it. Steve-O, who are you saying right wing? Steve-O was me and Steve and I managed a Sunday League football team together a few years ago. Promotion in our first year. Incredible. Right wing might be Lacey due to the amount of posts about Amorim not going to the academy games. I don't think it will be, though. I mean, Lacey's got 3 votes. Mount's got a fair few here. I'm going to go with Mount. We'll go with Mount. I mean, personally, I think Mount, after injury, to put him on the right wing would be disastrous. But... okay, the people have spoken. Dan United community has spoken. I think Dorgu as well, Subra. What about left wing? Who are we going left wing? Who are we going left wing? Let me tell you what I think. Let me put my 2 pence in. Let me just put my 2 pence in a second. I think... he will start there. And I think this man will make himself available for the game. I think we will see that. I think Dorgu will be there. But I think that man, Bruno, makes himself available for this game. I genuinely do. I genuinely do. I think that Bruno Fernandes will be available for that game. And that is why I think that it'll be... a lot of you are saying Cunha on the left. Guys and girls, just a simple yes or no. The front three there, is that what you think they will start with against Burnley? Simple yes and no. And we know Sesko will start up top, by the way, so I'll put Sesko. Simple yes or no. Simple yes or no. Or if you want to be hip, a Y or an N. I think Brian Mbeumo will take the Mount position when he comes back. I think... oh, do you know something? I'll say this. I would love to... If Ollie does come back, I'd have loved to have seen Ollie with Rasmus. I would love to have seen Ollie with Rasmus, man. And Richard, I think no. I think Dorgu. I think Dorgu starts on the right, by the way. And Steve-O, look. You can't believe... hang on. You're telling me you can't believe that this guy... you can't believe this guy here didn't make those changes? I can. Steve says no. Steve, are you saying Dorgu on the right? Cunha striker? I thought Cunha played all right against Leeds. I thought he was dead on his feet towards the end. I personally think it will be this. I think he will be off, and I think that is what you will see. I think that's the team that will start. I don't think Rasmus will. And the reason I don't think Rasmus will is because Napoli like him. He likes Napoli. It's money in it, Ben. We're going to need the money in the summer. We are going to need the money in the summer. So I think the Rasmus story's done. I think it absolutely is. I think that is the team that starts, guys. I think that's the team that we will see play tomorrow. I just hope that in a few months we're not screaming Ollie out because this club's troubles run deeper than the manager. Needs Zirk on the pitch. says, Wahaha. Yes, we can't have Bruno and Mount at the same time. No, I agree with that. I think Bruno starts people. I think Bruno makes himself available. Steve says he thinks Mount might play in the 10. Dorgo on the right. Don't let Xerxes anywhere near the team. Rather play Obi. Because I think our front three, when players return, is Cunha and Mbeumo and Ahmad. I don't know, one of Cunha or Mbeumo maybe up front. Maybe. I said maybe. We need Xerxes on a plane. That's it. Fucking hell. Right then. That's the team, guys. That's the team we've chosen. That's the team we've chosen. That is the team. Okay. Now then, I want predictions because the game's tomorrow night. I want predictions for the game against Burnley away. Now, I'll give you my 2 pence. There's been reports today that United players are so upset that he's gone because you've seen the obligatory Instagram posts. Thank you, boss. All the best, gaffer. Thank you, sir. Would love to. You were a great part of my fuck off. Yeah, and I'll say it one more time. Fuck off. United players tomorrow playing in a different formation will win in spite. They will. They'll win it. They will win in spite of the fact that they have been for too long laboured into a formation that they just don't like. They can't play. You can't tell me that any of these players were happy week in, week out to play 3-4 fucking 3 or 3-4-2-1. Or actually, let's call it what it was. A 5, a 2, a 2 and a 1. It was ridiculous. So because of that, I think tomorrow, I think the lads will play in a formation that suits a lot of the way that they play, their playing styles. And I think Manchester United go out and beat them tomorrow 3-1. Dan says 2-1. Paul says 3-0. Liam says 3-0. Jamie says 3-1. Steve's just laughing. Johnny says 3-0 because we usually get a new manager back apart from under Amorim. Do you remember the first game? I was buzzing. Look, I'll be honest with you. I was buzzing. I was buzzing when this guy turned up. I was buzzing. And a few years ago, I was buzzing when this guy went. I was buzzing. But you know what happens, people? Times change. Times change. 2-0, Carl. But what if we lose tomorrow? If we lose tomorrow, then we're all out, aren't we? If we lose tomorrow, then we'll still blame it on Amorim. When everyone is back and playing 4-2-3-1 gives us more strength in depth. I agree with this, Jamie. Absolutely agree with this. And Richard says, can I please ask, when our players are back from AFCON, will some of our good players be benched, e.g. Ahmad? Some of them might be benched, but do you know what this is the difference between the formation we have been playing and this formation. Under the old formation, our bench, you'd look at the players on there and you go, who's changing the game here? When we're playing a different formation that utilises wingers, you're looking at the bench and going, we've got him to come on. We've got Ahmad that can come on. We've got Dorgu with pace. Mount. We've got Mount that can come on. Xerxes at the moment that can come on. Mainu. There are more options. Mazraoui. There are more options with this formation. Not bothered about the result myself. I just want to see some good football for once. Agree? Yeah. By the way, imagine. Let me bring it back up. Imagine. You are so right, by the way, Carl. Oh, my God. Imagine if this happens. Where is it? In fact, I'm not going to share it. I don't want to speak it into existence. But I'd fucking hell. Oh, God. Oh, God. Kevin kicked me out of the ice. I'd be screaming. Steve says Amorim didn't get a first win. It was 1-1. Yep, that was when he played Christian Eriksen on the left side of that 4. Brilliant. Liam says, let's hope we don't get Conte or Glasner, both 3-4-3 managers. But the difference with Glasner is he does adapt. He does adapt. And I didn't think giving Amorim a chance was a bad choice, but he failed, and sadly we need to go again. We won't play 3-4-3. Fletcher out. Look, let me put a cheeky poll up. Let me put a cheeky poll. Cheeky. What do we do tomorrow? Tomorrow. W. D. L. Win, lose, or draw. Get your votes in. Win, lose, or draw. Put it in now. I'm interested because I think obviously there may be some non-United fans watching. So they might have a different take on the proceedings. I'm here for it. But win, lose or draw, WDL. Put what you think the score will be, the result will be tomorrow. The one thing's for certain, okay. One thing, look, don't worry, I'm not rubbing my breasts. I've got a bit on me, bloody. That's beard fluff. That is. One thing's for certain here, chat. Okay, and I want you to take this in. I want you to drink this in a second. Tomorrow, we are going to see a different formation. Tomorrow, we are not going to be sat there at kickoff going, what the fuck are we playing? Is he playing a 3? Is it going 5? Are we going? Tomorrow, we are going to know exactly the way Manchester United are going to play. Tomorrow, we are going to see players bombing down the wings. Tomorrow, we are going to see players happy because they're in a formation. It isn't going to be fixed. It isn't going to be all fixed, okay? Tomorrow, we'll probably concede. We could concede. Of course we will. But let me tell you something. After that game, you will be sat there going, different, so much different to what we've been watching. And this guy might be watching all the way from Portugal with his brand new 500 grand TV that makes him feel part of the stadium. Yeah, makes him feel part of the... He may be watching, and I hope he is watching. You had your chance, Amarim. I commend you for calling out the board. I commend you for coming out and saying what a lot of us have been saying for a long time. But you had to go, son. You had to go. You had to go mainly because you were arrogant, because you would not change. You would not adapt. If this was Jurassic Park, you would be a Gallimimus. You'd be one of those dinosaurs that just runs, doesn't know where the fuck he's running for a T-Rex then to jump and eat you. Okay? You wouldn't be a Triceratops, dude. You wouldn't be a Stegosaurus. You wouldn't be a Velociraptor. You'd be out. If I liken you to a Jurassic Park character, you'd be Dennis Nedry. All about the Benjamins. All about the Benjamins, yeah? Hiding your dinosaur embryos in the top of your can, yeah, and if you look at it sprays out stuff. Yeah. We see you. We see right through you now. We see you for what you are. You're not the Great Hope. You're not the Great Hope. You're nowhere near the Great Hope. You're a mercenary. You know me, have to think about every eventuality, no matter how unlikely it is to happen. Steve-O's gone for the win. The seed of doubt. Chappie says, tomorrow, there's always tomorrow. It's only a sacking away. Tomorrow. I love you tomorrow. Andy in the house. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you have had a fantastic day. He says, hi, Dan, Ollie and Keno. Imagine if he did take Keno. Oh, God, Keno with those players. Ruben Amorim, the kind of pile that makes Jeff Goldblum take his shades off. That is an iconic scene. I'm assuming we're all agreeing here, by the way. Jurassic Park, OG, can't beat it. Nothing near it. When he takes his glasses off and he goes, that's a big pile of shit. No, Jeff. That's a big pile of shit. That's a big pile of shit. Guys, we've almost had an hour. It's gone crazy. What's the score? Anyone know what the score is? Let's have a look. Oh, fucking hell, man. Fucking hell, this is quality. Guys, it's been a pleasure tonight. I will be back live for the game tomorrow. Tomorrow, maybe we'll have some more news about who it's going to be. Is it going to be Carrick? Is it going to be Ollie? Is it going to be both? Are we going to see the holy trinity of Carrick, Ollie, and Fletcher? Who knows? One thing, I agree with this, Ben. One thing I do agree with completely. Keno wouldn't just hurt the feelings. He'd demolish them. Hope Amarin watches tomorrow and it's the best. So do I. I want this guy to see everything. I want this guy to watch it like a fucking bloke plays a hooker to fucking dance in front of him. That's how much I want him to watch, yeah? That's how much I want. So, Tina, if you're watching, I don't normally talk like that. Apologies. Let's keep the United way attacking football. Absolutely agree. Kev will hopefully be back tomorrow. His sinuses are a bit sore, so hopefully he'll be back tomorrow. I hope he is. I'm normally watching it around his house. And Ahmad's not coming back. There you go. Ivory Coast are winning. Guys, I will leave it on this, yeah? I will leave it on this. This guy potentially could be back to save the day, yeah? Could be back to save the day. One thing's for certain, it's kickoff tomorrow night, and I believe it is a 8:15 kickoff. Let me just check. 8:15 kickoff. We will be live for about 7:45. I can't wait for it. I know you guys can't wait for it. Excuse me, that's my stew coming back up. I love this channel. I love this game. Yeah, I love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I love each and every one of you. You are a big reason for this channel being so successful in this short time that we have been together. Yeah, you are the people that push this, and you keep doing it. You keep liking, you keep sharing. That is why this channel is doing as good as it is. Take care of yourselves. I will see you tomorrow night at 7:45. I love you. Dan United. Ollie's at the wheel!